Hey guys, how's it going? Owners here, and welcome to a new Project Cars video. Well, we are going to try out this RUF or RUF GT3 car around the Catalunya GP track. It's not a normal video because we have the Oculus Rift on our head today. And this is my first video on the channel actually with Project Cars and the Oculus Rift. So I hope that you guys will enjoy it. First of all, I'm gonna go quickly here through everything in the cockpit and tell you my feelings about it, as I need to center the VR thing. There's a fire extinguisher somewhere, probably over here. It's a little bit dark in there, I cannot see very well, so I don't know what's lying around over there. What I do know is that I have a nice mirror over here. Those mirrors on the side are very big, they are very visible. And then over here on the wheel, everything seems really clear on the wheel. You can even turn on the lights, which makes it even better to see what's really on there. The wiper, remember that everything over here looks 3D, and the 3D effect actually is amazing. The steering wheel really pops at you, and it's very easy to see depth, and that is something great. But well, I don't really have a lot to say about the cockpit, because there is not a lot. You see a few buttons and switches over there, and that's pretty much it. The 3D effect is rather amazing. It is really cool to just look outside of the mirror over there. You see the crowd and stuff. The setting or the games is definitely not at the highest setting, but nonetheless it still looks amazing, and I cannot wait to drive this. So you know what? Let's actually go out and drive out there on the track, and I'll tell you my impressions. Right, so here we go around the Catalunya circuit. Going down the main straight already. Now there's a bit of a problem, and it is that I probably don't know what kind of lap times I'm doing. I don't know whether they have done something about that. But straight away you can really feel the speed you are carrying into corners. As I said, everything is 3D, and they've actually done a pretty good job on the 3D modeling, and the textures and stuff. They look really nice. Thing is with the Oculus Rift, but this is the case for every single game in Oculus Rift, is that the resolution is not the best ever. So it's hard to see in the distance, but as soon as everything comes close to you, you can see everything much clearer. Like I'm struggling right now to look into the distance. I can barely look into the next corner, but once it gets within 100 meters or so, it becomes much clearer, which is only good for me. But really, the sense of speed is always amazing. And no matter how many times you've had an Oculus Rift on your head, it always, catch your attention, because it really is that epic. Now the car feels great actually, driving it with this Oculus Rift. You do feel in control. Got the steering wheel right in front of you, but you don't really pay attention to it. You just pay attention to the road. But the way I have my wheel set up myself, it is very convincing that I am actually turning this wheel in the game. Picking up a bit of understeer here. There's sometimes a bit of flickering going on. I don't know whether you guys can notice that as well. There it is again. But it looks very nice as well, I have to say. Looking into the apexes and stuff, that is one of the best things ever. Just the way you can move your head into the corners. It's fantastic looking out of this cockpit here. You know, those simple things are probably one of the most awesome things, and that makes them probably awesome because they are so simple, but it works great. Let's do one more lap and then I'll try to load up an AI race and we can race against the AI. Maybe in wet conditions, that would be pretty awesome, I think. Close, almost in the cross there. If you hit the cross, it's over. Your event will spin. See, it's really hard to look there into the distance. But you know, that's not down to the game or anything. It's down to the Oculus Rift itself. There's a consumer version coming out, by the way. It has been announced, I think, for the early part of 2016, if I am correct. Bit of fun. Oh, messed it up there. Oh well. You know, doing that with an Oculus Rift, it is pretty insane because you have to move the wheel pretty quickly, and it's really hard to keep your head steady then, so the whole head goes like that as well when you try to, you know, correct it quickly. But so far it's a pleasure to drive this. Good fun. So I'll shut the engine down over here. Seriously, it is good fun, and I'm sure it will be good fun as well racing against the AI in the rain. So let's do this. I'll see you soon. Well, here we are, going for a race. Oh wow, here we go. So, we have some AI, which are pretty slow off the line. We've got a few AI cars. And we've got a thunderstorm, I think, so straight away going pretty extreme. I don't need lights at the moment. It's 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. And it's also very slippery. Wow, but this is pretty awesome in the rain, and seeing the spray and stuff. Holy shit, this is crazy. So hard to look into the mirror. It seems like a pretty big mirror right there on the right hand side, but it actually is really hard to look into it. Oh man, this is awesome. I think there are 16 AI cars, difficulty set to 100%. It's actually better to look in this mirror, it's much more clear in this one. I thought the spray would be a little bit worse, not going to lie. It's not too bad. But it also doesn't really look like the spray from the leaders is properly rendered. Whether that is down to my settings, I don't know. Because like when you look further into the distance, there's not as much spray behind the cars. I'm finding it hard to concentrate as well, trying to talk, trying to look, trying to race. Oh my god, I just saw something yellow or greenish in my mirror. Going for the inside.
Time to cover the inside line and brake as late as you can.
Wow, this is an amazing experience. Hello. Try to pick a brake spot, something around here. He's coming back at me. Pretty good battle with the AI here too. Look at the reflection from the brake light on the windshield as I'm off. But the brake light reflecting on the windshield there, that looked awesome. The spring seems to be a little bit heavier, but it's probably me. Look into the distance. You can barely see anything. You need to use the car in front of you as a marker. Doesn't make it much easier that the Oculus Rift doesn't have the best resolution, so it makes it quite hard to look into the distance anyway. What I would like to see is maybe some kind of overlay, so I would know, in which position I am in, but it's pretty hard to program that in Oculus Rift, where are you going to place it on the screen and stuff. Maybe after each lap or something, something pops up, just like well, I said, of course, has done this actually pretty well with the lap time being way at the top. So when you look up, you see the lap time. That works pretty well. Oh, keep it on the track. There we go. We're on the outside. Inside line over here, so we should have him. Oh, thank you. I think it was something like 8 laps, something around there. No! So many problems in that first corner. It makes it really hard to look into the mirror and stuff like that. I mean, I want to give the AI as much respect as possible, but it is pretty hard to do that, because you sometimes just have no clue where they are. You think they are on your inside. You think they are on your inside, and you look to the inside and you just don't see anything. So you leave space on the inside, but it turns out they are actually not there, and you have lost just a couple of tenths just by leaving room to no one, pretty much. I must say it's pretty hard to use the sound as an indicator as well, because my own engine is...
We've got some pressure from the guy behind. You'll need to brake as late as you can. You may need to cover the inside line.
My own engine sound is pretty loud. Oh. Just went deep into that corner to go and have a better exit. Straighten up the car a little bit earlier, but that guy behind me had other plans. Oh, leave him space. Big lift off the throttle there. Where is he? There he is. Holy shit. Nice move from the AI. Not afraid to keep it down the inside or outside, sorry. Okay, let's try to make up a few positions. maybe we'll go deep. But I again messed it up over there. First corner is my bottleneck here around this track, that's for sure. Despite the heavy rain, I'm still finding traction relatively well, and it's also relatively easy to go on the power. All assists are disabled. See, that's what I wanted to do when I had that shove as well in that slow left-hander. Go deep into the corner, then straighten up the car earlier. Oh, that was a bit dirty. Oh, that was dirty. I think we could also do a night race over here. Let's actually do that. I'm gonna go and change the settings a bit and I'll be back soon. So, this time, driving at night, also with light rain conditions, so it's still rainy. Here we go. Wow, the cockpit is really bright, straight away you notice that. It's also because of the lighting around the track. Because if I turn off the lights, you know, I can still see that my legs are being lit up a lot. So instantly noticing that there's not, here is it a lot darker, straight away noticing that the rain is a little bit less, there are not a lot of raindrops on the windshield. The visibility is rather impressive. I can see really clear. The lights are working really well. Not only the headlights, of course, from the cars, but also the lights around the track. It's a lot better now to see the mirrors and stuff like that, and have better spatial awareness, because you know now a little bit better where the cars are around you. Oh, obviously has to do with the rain as well. Oh, there's a lot less rain, less spray, more visibility. And the change of lighting in the cockpit is illustrated so well. Obviously some parts of the circuit are more lit up than the others, but that is amazing how it changes, you know, in the cockpit. Still, the cockpit details are quite astonishing. Like that. That is so cool. You don't pay attention to it. You don't look in the cockpit, obviously. You look on the road, but you can feel that. It changes a lot. It's just something you feel. great to drive here actually at night. I've set time progression to something like times 15, so maybe towards the end of the race it might be early in the morning, I'm not sure. It is 2 AM at the moment or something like that. Oh, he will go deep. Yep. That was my fault. Obviously the car behind is at fault, but he did brake pretty early as well. Because I could have made that corner easily with the amount of speed I carried into there.
Okay mate, be patient now. You will force an error, so let's just wait for him to make a mistake.
Shall we do a lap here without me talking? Just you guys listening to the fantastic sounds? I think that's a good idea. Sometimes the car comes really floaty. You can see that as well by the way I treat the steering wheel, especially on corner entry. It comes really floaty sometimes. But I like that, that's cool.
He's feeling the pressure.
Oops. It was my fault. Going all over the curb. Taking the sausage curve there. Please leave room. Please leave room. Oh my god, no room. Fair, I should have backed out of it. He had the inside line for that chicane. I somewhat like the AI driving style in the wet. They miss a lot of apexes, and then you say, you know, why do you like that? You know, why do you like the AI missing apexes? But that's the way you want to treat it in wet conditions. Usually around racetracks there's a lot of rubber buildup on the racing line, and the racing line obviously goes to the apex. But when it gets wet, that rubber becomes extremely slippery. And so you don't always want to hit the apex. Now I don't know whether that is simulated in project cars. If it is, it's fantastic, but I haven't really noticed it anyway. But I do like that the AI, see that, they just don't really hit the apex, they stay a little bit off it. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, but seriously. Sometimes AI is a little bit glitchy. If you watch my career mode on the channel, you will know what I'm talking about. AI is just not steady. Here again, they can carry a lot more speed into that corner. And on the exit here of the chicane, they usually go wide. Let's see if he does it as well. No, he doesn't. Sometimes they go wide there, and there's no need for them to run that wide that often. Need to get past this guy, by the way, because we're being held up heavily. Let's try to get him into turn 1.
Find out where he's slower than you. Keep pushing. See if you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
take him under braking.
The engineer is really annoying. He always talks to you like you have no brains, you know. But I cannot get past this guy so far, that has to be said. Maybe here, better exit? Not really. Not going to go for a dive bomb there, having a little look, that's it. Maybe better exit over here. It's hard to do that. I cannot get past you. Oh, maybe here. Nope. In the slipstream though.
Trying to get a good run from the last corner. Slipstream past him on the straight.
Oh, and now I'm being passed. Yeah. That's good driving from the AI. Taking his opportunity over there. See, that's what I like. I have said it before in the career modes. I like the aggression of the AI. They have the right aggression. Sometimes they don't really know how to use it, but they do have the right aggression. And that's fantastic to see because you know, can really battle with them. Well, another try. Need to brake later if I can, but I'm afraid I'll overshoot the first corner. Come on. Nope.
This guy's right on your gearbox. See if you can pull a trick on him and slow down in the middle of the last corner and try and punch away onto the straight and break the slipstream.
Oh man, I cannot get past. This is amazing driving from him. I go wider into this corner. That should mean I have a better exit, which I do. But then again, he's right in the middle of my line. This guy knows what he's doing. That's for sure. I should have him now. Come on. He's still there. I'll go for the under or for the cutback on this corner right now. There we go. That was very expectable. You could see that coming. It's also great to see that my cockpit is actually being lit up by the headlights from the cars around me. Oops. Car did not like that. Now we have a big gap to the guys in front. Why is the wind or the wiper even on? Oh, that's why. It doesn't really look like there are a lot of raindrops on the windshield, but you realize that there are quite a few when you turn the wiper off. Look at the barrier right there on the left hand side being lit up by my headlights. Well, we know that this game is graphically quite amazing, but driving with the Oculus Rift, it absolutely confirms that. Look at the cloud over here. It starts to get a bit brighter, doesn't it? Probably going to get morning quite soon. Sky is brightening up a little bit. Still trying to close this gap, but my driving is not great, has to be said. That's better. There we go. Getting a bit of time now, finally. You saw me there in the middle of the corner. I just basically had my steering wheel.
Your best opportunity to overtake is under braking for the slow corner.
Yeah, no shit, engineer. No shit. I had my wheel pointing straight in that final corner, just controlling the car with the throttle. That's what I also meant with sometimes the car becomes floaty. But the engineer again giving some stupid tips. My apex there.
It looks like the best opportunity to overtake is under braking into the slow corner.
Yeah, you said that before as well, idiot. Oh man. You said that a bit earlier in this lap as well. I am so scared from the AI when they are around my outside.
That was a sweet move, great stuff.
No, it wasn't, but okay. Because when they are around the outside, I feel like they are just going to turn in on me. So I try to go to the inside as much as possible and go completely over the curb. Is this the leader then, or is that just a really big gap? Well, it doesn't matter anyway, because that was the finish. Oh, this is... Oh, that is not great. I went a bit dizzy there. Only 12. So the leaders really put out a gap of 30 seconds. Holy cow. Don't know how that happened. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. If you have enjoyed it, then please leave a like. And I hope to see you next time then. And I might do some more Oculus Rift videos on project cars, because it is good fun. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.